What's up, guys? Welcome to Richie's Truck and Auto. What we're going to show you today is how to jump start your Duramax diesel, or pretty much any diesel with two batteries, the correct way. So let's get started. So what we have here is D-Max in red. This red is 2011 LML, and D-Max is a 2005 LLY. They are definitely very different electrical systems, very different battery feeds. Most diesels have two batteries, unless it's very, very old first generation style from the 80s. But the early classic style, like this LLY, LBZs, and LB7s, they have a very convenient ground strap right here. Any ground, any unpainted surface will work. The vehicle configuration doesn't always yield you the best possible scenario for hooking up your battery cables, but when you've got a diesel, you want to make sure you got some nice long industrial grade battery cables like the ones I have here. These are a bit old and weathered, but nonetheless they have 4-gauge cable to them, and clamps with side biting terminals on them as well for difficult to access battery terminals. So like I said, here on this classic LB7, LLY, LBZ Duramaxes, the batteries both feed the starter, left and right side. So driver and passenger side batteries both feed the starter on this generation vehicle. The ground, like I said, if you can get to the battery, that's wonderful. If you can't, get to a nice unpainted surface or this convenient ground strap that's right here. Power strokes feed from the passenger side battery to the starter. The 7.3s, the 6.0s, the 6.4s, and I'm pretty certain the 6.7s as well. The Cummins feeds from the driver's side battery. So those are the batteries that you want to connect to when the vehicles are dead. On the LML style Duramaxes, the starters are fed from the passenger side battery only. The driver's side battery comes across underneath the plastic cowlets normally here, through this cable here, comes up and feeds into that giant distribution panel right there. Then the starter is fed only from that battery. So when you're jump starting a dead LML or LMM, you want to feed it from the passenger side battery. I'll give you a quick diagram of the procedure. So step 1, 2, 3, and 4, this is the correct way to hook up your jumper cables. And this goes for dual batteries or single batteries, no matter what the application. But screenshot that so that you have the correct procedure. You want to do the negative battery of the negative terminal of the dead vehicle. That's your donor vehicle. The negative terminal of the host vehicle, your positive charged battery. The positive terminal of the charged battery, your good vehicle, and then hook up the positive terminal of the dead battery. This is an LML manual, but it's page 10.98, vehicle care, and it shows you again a little bit more complicated version of how to hook up the terminals. But let's get started. I'm going to get an assistant for me to hold the camera. All right, here's the procedure. We're going to assume that this first classic generation vehicle is dead. So we're going to take the negative and we're going to hook it up to a nice clean ground. As I mentioned, it's that nice little flag right there. So we're going to go over to the host vehicle. We're going to hook up our negative. On this application, I can get to the battery. And we're going to hook up our positive, but make sure the positive on the other side is not touching anything. So then we hook up our positive here, right to the battery like that. Clamped on, of course. I just don't want to clamp it on for this application. I want it to fall. I'll come back over here. Then we take our positive. This one's a little bit difficult to get to because of the electrical system, but we're going to take it. Then we hook it up to the positive terminal on this particular battery, and this is the dead vehicle again. So once that's been accomplished, then you give it a few minutes or seconds. However, if the vehicle is completely stone dead with no power whatsoever, you want to let it sit for a couple of minutes and let it charge. You start the vehicle that has the good batteries, let it feed the power over to the vehicle with the dead batteries, let it run for at least 2 or 3 minutes first. If it's cold out, you want to let it run for even longer. Then on the dead vehicle, turn the key on, let the glow plugs cycle. Once the glow plugs are off, because assuming if it's cold or warm, you don't know that. Once the glow plugs have cycled, then you start the dead vehicle. Hopefully that works. If it doesn't work, shut the key off, let it run with the good vehicle connected to it for another few minutes, and then give it a try again after that. And again, that goes for gas vehicles, diesel vehicles, whatever the case may be. Again, you want to make sure that you can get as much power into the dead vehicle as you can, safely and efficiently too. You don't want to just jump in there and try to crank it, because the more you try to crank it with the dead batteries and it doesn't start, then you're not going to be able to get the truck started, vehicle started, wherever the case may be. If you have a dead alternator, you can jump start it. It might start for a little while. It might run for a little while, but it's going to die again. If it's just batteries that are dead, then once you get the vehicle started, the alternator should take over, but then don't shut it off because it's not going to charge those, the batteries aren't going to have enough power to start it again. So then you need to get it serviced either way. All right, guys, hopefully that helps you out. Good luck. Thanks for watching.